Peace, YouTube. What's going on? We back with another trending hot topic commentary show where we do all the latest and hottest reaction and reviews. I'm your host, N.Lynch. Let's talk. In this episode, we're going to dive right into how to survive the zombie apocalypse. Why should I learn how to survive the zombie apocalypse? If zombies don't exist, you might ask. And that is a good question, young man. But CDC just said that although zombies don't exist, knowing how to survive a zombie apocalypse is the equivalent of any uh, end of the world type situations, any apocalypse. So learning and knowing how to survive a zombie apocalypse, you'll learn how to survive any cataclysmic event or some type of, end of the world type situation. So let's dive right into it. So step number one is, you know, preparedness. Realize that it is a zombie apocalypse and be a step ahead of everyone else. This is your chance to use those skills that you've been, also waiting for these last few decades or however long you've been watching zombie movies, however long you've been watching end of the world movies and want to learn how to use your survival skills. Learn how to use it. Know that it's a zombie apocalypse. Know that this is real and prepare. If you're prepared, then already you're several steps ahead of the curve of everyone else. Step number two, gather essentials fast. You know, like I said, this is a zombie apocalypse. And we're just going to assume that this is a World War Z, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead 2004, Train to Busan type zombies where these zombies are running extremely fast and moving. Not your average run-of-the-mill, Romero zombies or, Kirkman zombies from the Walking Dead series. Even if that, move fast. Gather essentials fast and either hunker down if you're already at a nice location where you're able to hunker down. If you're not, get out of Dodge. But prepare and move fast. Gather essentials, gather your water, gather things for heat, things for coolness, gather something for to make fire. If you're a prepper already, if you're a frequent camper, then this is right up your alley. If you have kids who's in Boy Scouts, then this is the time where your children can actually show you a thing or two if you're not into survival prep, if you're not into camping. But if your children are into Boy Scouts or anything like that, some type of Boys and Girls Club where they do a bunch of things out in the wilderness and nature and they learn different things about the environment, then your kids are valuable assets in these situations like that. Your kids are like gold. But gather your essentials, get out of Dodge. Step three, if you're in the cities, move fast out of the cities, real fast. The cities is going to be a ground zero for the spread of the zombie virus. The cities have airports in it, and depending on what city you're in, if you're in New York, if you're in LA, if you're in Atlanta, then you're liable to go, the virus is going to spread all over the world because those three airports in America, they travel to different places all across the globe. And then those places interact to other intersections around the world. So get out of the city fast. A lot of people might try to flock to grocery stores, big supermarkets like a Walmart or a Target or your local pharmacy, things like that. Although it may sound like a good idea because it's going to be, chaos and rioting and looting is going on, you may seem like you can get a bunch of free stuff, but think about it. Like I said, recognize it's the zombie apocalypse. That's step rule number one. Recognize. So if you recognize, then you know you don't need a whole bunch of dumb stuff that is not really going to carry no weight because it's the end of the world. And if you're trapped in the cities, more likely you or your family will end up dying, all of you guys together. You don't want that, especially if you got children. How would you feel? How that feels if because your children, or because in these situations, be honest with you, children can be handicaps because they'll slow you down, especially if we're dealing with these hyper speed zombies. And children, they panic. They may not know how to be quiet when it's time to, be quiet. When you're trying to camouflage yourself or hide from the zombies, they might be so terrified and scared that they make noise, and bam, now you're seen, or maybe a child is seen, and no one is not just gonna let their child get eaten alive. So get out of the city fast, fast in a hurry. Step 4, or is this step 5? Oh, next step. Have a team. In situations like these, that saying, there are strength in numbers, that saying is actually will be beneficial in a zombie apocalypse, end of the world situation. Now, when I say have a team, I don't mean have a large, big crowd of people because that can, be a handicap in itself and it can slow you down. But if you had like a team of maybe like 8 to 10 type, and preferably all of you have different type of skills, like someone is a gardener, someone knows carpentry, someone knows engineering, things of that nature, then man, you guys are like the village people. Like you guys would be like gold. If someone was like a doctor, you can build a whole community. So have a team with you, a team that you can trust, and things like these. More so than likely, our team will end up being our family member because we'll be trying to be with our families in the end of the world apocalypse situation. So that team will end up being like our family and friends, close friends and everything, uh, friends and relatives who probably was with us at the time of the outbreak. But if you can meet a stranger or two that you're able to trust, um, and they have a particular skill, you know, shout out to Liam Nelson, um, then maybe, you know, they'll be valuable assets. And then, like I said, you'll have your team, you'll have your community in the long run. So, have a team. That's the next step. Another step, secure your location. Wherever you're going to be, wherever you're going to end up being, secure it. Secure it like your life depends on it. Because guess what, my friends? Your life does depend on it. This is the zombie apocalypse. Because in these, with pop culture, zombie pop culture that is, what pop culture and zombie culture have shown us is, regardless to what genre of zombie, whether it be movie or TV shows or comics or whatever, the zombies are not always and never will be the only threat. In some iterations, you got to the point where the zombies become less of a threat. Like it'll be a big threat if it's like a big horde of them, a herd, things like that. But more so, like The Walking Dead. We're so far in the seasons. It's over a decade now since the zombie outbreak began, and you're already dealing with slow moving zombies and can be easily fooled by camouflage. So, um, look, I was about to get into a whole big joint about it, but you don't want them type of zombies. That's the whole point. So that's just my because I can go. I was really about to go deep into it, and I gotta catch myself. I'm learning how to just keep constantly rant. But for those who know, you know. So but always you got to secure your location or where you're gonna end up being at. Um, but as long as you know that you're never truly gonna be 100% fully safe, as long as you got a location, you're secure, you got a plot of supplies, you got like a nice community, the location is anonymous, it's self-sustained, you got your own energy, your own food, everything, water source and everything, then shoot, the zombie apocalypse may not be so bad if you know how to survive. I mean, because if you can't end up doing all that stuff, then you basically got a free world, because most of the people on the planet died off, as gruesome as that sound. So there's no governments that can tell you what to do and anything, can try to tax you and everything, unless you came across like some bandits and all that stuff. But that's where your community comes in at, and you guys always have like a regiment where everyone is tending to learning different, like school and different trainings for the kids and adults alike. Everyone learns how to do agriculture. Everyone learns how to do self-defense. Everyone learns how to do engineering. Now you can have some people be better at the others, like excelling. Like that would be like some people have like engineering as a major, but doing uh carpentry or like garden work as minors, and vice versa. That way, everybody will have a particular skill, be a master at one, and then just know the basics at the rest of them, just in case. So that's just my little take on how to survive the zombie apocalypse. I'm gonna make more. I'm gonna get more deep into it. I'm gonna make videos on where to go in a zombie apocalypse, where not to go in the zombie apocalypse. We're close to where in the zombie apocalypse, things of that nature. So make sure you tune in to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.